Hello,我那个你那个哈那个，那不怎么都搞的过来呢？等你也下那个那打了多少呢？打了多少？给他再补啊爬多不呢？把上那个打了，瑞多呢也就那个真的，再出爬多就出能就起来，结果一个来个你来补嘛？等你也喊你再搞点那个就还有，再搞点还那个一样嘛？OK 嘛？这个呢，这个来就那个你都来再出爬多就出呢，发现补嘛？再出就出呢，我讲你。khi cái thổ bia liền mà cái đó tới là đâu cái là con NewZealand con mà khu tự nhiên bắt đầu này khen nàyวันย้อนด้วยmàนั่นแหละนั่นพ่อว่าจะได้มาปัตตานีไอ้ก็มาบัดดูบัดเทปช่วยมาkhu tự nhiênเปิดกันเลยก็ความเนี่ยแล้วพอคิดจะเลยได้ไปเสื้อได้ผ่านดูคนเนี่ยมาโอเค let's go to the trip แกตาตัวเนี่ยตาคลิปนี้ก่อนนะตาคลิปตอนนี้ก็รออยู่ต่อด้วยอินเทอร์เน็ตเนี่ยมั้งเดินถนนได้หยุดก้อนเนี่ยมันขึ้นถ้ามาแบบกันนั่นเนี่ยเรียกว่าบัวถ้าลาตี้ถ้าเหลือพวกพาตี้คืออะไรก็มาพาตี้กับเด็กเนี่ยฮิสโตริกพาตี้ว้าวก็ได้ดูตับปลีวันก็เอานี่ที่ทบเล่นเนี่ยไปดูกัน
2,000 ปีมาค่ะ
2,000 ปี Hello can you please tell us the story of this tree
Okay, so Tane Mahuta is around about 2,000 years old.
2,000 years old
Yeah, and he hopefully has another 2,000 years to live.
Wow
So up in the canopy up there, there are just over 100 different plant species up there.
on top of that
On top of
the
Tane,
tree
yeah.
ว่าแต่ละที่กินน่ะถ้าพูดได้เลยโอ้ทุกตึกใหญ่เลยเนี่ยตึกทบเลย
He has an extra, about 10 other trees growing on top of him.
10 other trees
Yes, you can actually see 5 of them right in the front here.
okay
And one of those trees is about 200 years old. And it stands
Wow.
about this high.
อาจจะเต้นแล้วพอคนด้วยเนี่ยเต้นจู่หาเขินนะบางคนที่ทุนว่านี่ขี้เกียจได้เลยนะแต่ว่าก็จะเต้นจู่ก็สนใจอยู่
And he also has a family of long-tailed bats up there, about 5 of them.
his family
Yeah, up there. Bats.
that's
อ๋อ
แล้วพอคนเนี่ยเดี๋ยวต้องเลยรักกันนานนะรักกันนานต้องเต้นจู่พอคนเนี่ยก็
So bats are the only natural mammal in New Zealand. Every other mammal here does not belong here, and that includes humans as well. So we're a country of birds and ferns. As you can see, all the ferns around us. We have around about 100 different species of ferns in our forest. So Tane stands at about 52 metres tall. So we only see 30 metres here. If you want to see the rest of them, you have to go across the road and look back, and you'll see the last 22 metres. His canopy weighs something like 224 tonne.
wow
All his branches in that. And all that weight is the reason why you can see those lines in his trunk there.
ลายในที่
That's all that weight pressing down.
ตะกลัวนะ
wow
So those lines get there because the tree twists when it's growing up. Because it knows it's going to get really heavy and it's going to start getting squashed.
wow
You may notice all those red spots on his trunk there. The little red spots going up all the way up his trunk. What's happening there is the tree is shedding its bark. And why it's shedding its bark is it's trying to break those vines. It's trying to snap them in half so they die. So they don't take over his trunk. And eventually it will happen. All those vines will die because the tree has shed its bark. It's also doing that to grow as well. Because he should still get another 4 to 5 metres wider. But he won't get any taller. All those big lumps you see on his trunk, those are all solid gum. Those are places where the tree has been hit by a falling branch and scarred the tree. So it's released its sap and sealed up those scars, just like a human does when they get a cut on their hand. They're all stabby. And that's to stop any disease or moisture getting back into the trunk. So the reason why you had to clean your footwear when you came in is because we have a very microscopic organism that is only killing these trees, which I just found out this week. And so that organism is a mold. It's It's called Phytophthora
Mm.
agassitis. Yeah, so, or PA for short. The word dieback is actually not correct because our Kodi naturally have dieback. You'll see branches, you'll see leaves turning orange, and the tree will get rid of that entire branch, and that's dieback. But saying dieback makes it more catchy for people to understand that our trees are dying. And so what happens is when it rains, they have two spores. When it rains, the outer spore opens up and lets the inner spore out, and that spore will swim through the water, and then it'll try and find soil to burrow into. Once it finds that soil that it can get into, it'll seek out the Kodi roots, which are only 5 meters deep on a giant like this. And so it'll swim in through its roots and make its way all the way up to the canopy there, and it'll start coming back down, and that's when the tree starts fighting it. And how the tree fights it is it starts releasing its sap into its trunk, and it's forcing it all the way back down to its root system. Once it's down in the root system, the tree will flood its roots with the sap, and the sap will solidify into gum, and then the spores can't go back up the trunk. Unfortunately, the tree can't feed either because its root system is blocked off. So the tree is actually starving itself to death once it gets the dieback into it. And the reason why we clean our footwear when we go out is because not everyone cleans their footwear when they come in, and we can't always see everyone doing that. And so you might pick it up while you're inside here. So what we don't want you taking it to somewhere that isn't infected, and so that's why we clean our footwear. It stays in here. Unfortunately, Tane does have 5 neighbours that have it, and technically he could catch it off them because all their roots touch each other and they all feed off each other. So hopefully he doesn't. Otherwise I won't have a job. But then I could sleep in on a Sunday.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Making this treat for us. Te tutu ata ni o ki to li no fu lo de ata ko de ni no ki to de na chong na ta ko kle de ni lui ki to no do ke ta na le New Zealand ko ne mo te la fa ko ne te tu ha ko o tu te ki ya la ki ya de no la fa ko te tu te me te tu de play yo na te tu la do ke te tu la ko New Zealand ko ma pe ti wa te ni pa ke do ma.
Oh, and you're very lucky turning up at this time, because the birds do like singing in the morning. Once people arrive and vehicles are going past, they tend to fly away.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Ciao,